What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dustin here, back with another video. I wanted to make this video. First and foremost, I appreciate each and every one of you on this channel. Y'all know that. It's a whole lot of love coming from my side to you all. So if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and help me get this channel off of its feet. And I really know that deep down in my heart that this is something I want to do full-time, long-term. And I'm really trying to build this channel. So thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support. Without further ado, let's get into it. So something that I wanted to talk to you all about is, don't be afraid to look at yourself and see that you need to improve on certain things. Like, don't be afraid to look at the past and be like, man, yeah, I really messed up on this. Ladies and gents, that is something that I was thinking about today. A little thing we call reflection. We have to reflect on our lives. We have to put things in perspective for ourselves. And it really just is doing us a service when we reflect on our lives and realize we messed up in the past. We didn't do everything right, but we're still pushing forward. We are still improving as the days go on, and really just making it known to ourselves who we want to be in the future. I was watching a reel the other day that said something along the lines of, if you change your actions, if you change the way you think, you will ultimately change your... I'm trying to think of the way it went, guys, but basically he said if you change your actions, you will ultimately have no choice but to change as a person. And I thought that was incredible, because you're basically forcing your mind, body, soul to become somebody completely different. And that is the growth that we need. That is the growth that pushes us to be somebody who we need to become. Be somebody who, if we're honest with ourselves, is somebody the world needs. And I know that you're that somebody. You're trying to become that somebody. You're really just putting yourself out there and making it known to the world, hey, this is who I am. I'm a good person deep down inside. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to change. I'm not afraid to take risks, put myself out there, and do the job that needs to be done. What job is that? Well, it's correcting yourself. It's changing course when needed. That is the ultimate sign of growth. And I know that in your lives, you will do the right thing. You'll apply yourself. You'll do the job that needs to be done. And ultimately, you will have the courage to become a totally different person. That is what I'm striving for, is becoming that person. Whoever it is, I'm striving to become new people. I think that's an awesome concept. I think it's a concept that we can learn from and use to kind of steer the ship, if you will. The ship in the water, and really just crack down and be diligent. Diligence is key. Applying ourselves, that's key. Sometimes we just have to put all the clutter aside and say, hey, this is what I need to do. This is who I need to become. So Um, yes, this is who I need to be. This is the man or woman I want to become, and just apply yourself. Guys, I just wanted to make this video like a vlog style. I didn't really plan it out or anything, but the bottom line of this video is don't be afraid to look at the past. And if somebody else points out your mistakes, if you point out your mistakes, if you point out your flaws, where you messed up in the past, just look at it and say to yourself, okay, yeah, I really messed up in the past. But looking at the future, looking towards the future, you can, or the present, you can really be positive and optimistic about those mistakes, because a lot of those mistakes you're not doing now. So there's really no like excuse. Like, you're really not digging yourself that much deeper. If anything, you might be at a stagnant point in your life where things have come to a halt. I'm in that phase. I understand how you feel, but don't lose sight of the light. Don't lose hope. Don't lose your diligence. Do not lose your persistency and your your mindset of optimism. You know, big words, guys, but y'all are big people too, with big hearts. You're big. You're The way you present yourselves is so broad and big. Your character, your personality, it's huge. It's part of who you are. So use that to kind of dampen down those mistakes from the past and say, look, I'm a great person, and I'm not perfect, but I'm not who I was. I'm becoming somebody new, and force yourself to become that person. You know, be okay with the uncomfortable from the beginning, from the get-go, and see where it takes you. I promise you, if you suppress all those mistakes down here, the person that you become later on in the future, you're really going to like that person. You're going to become a better person for it. Um, Much like the environment you surround yourself in. If you're surrounding yourself with within a positive environment, you're going to change. You're going to force yourself into changing for the better. That's why community is important, because when we welcome each other in as friends and family, we we're really doing a service to each other in the community and to the United States. You know, that's another thing that's big in other countries too, is community and fellowship. I mean, as a whole, when we come together and really just bring each other in and hug each other and love on each other, like, this is what we need, guys. We are in such a negative world right now, and we need to think more positive. We need to think better thoughts. So suppress those past mess ups, those past mistakes, and surround yourself with good people, and you will be okay. You will like the person you will become ultimately from that. I think this is like the first point in my life where I'm beginning to understand, okay, I'm okay with those mistakes because I'm not doing them anymore, or at least I'm improving. I'm not messing up as much. And I know that there's only so much I can do. Well, when like 80 to 90% of the actions that you take are positive actions, and they're ones that build up your life and build up other people around you and move you forward to closer to your goals, then you realize, you're like, look, those past mistakes, I am not those mistakes. That is not who I am anymore. So become that new person. Hit the reset button. This, ladies and gents, is the Keys to Happiness series, and I'm here with you. We're in it to win it. on doing this journey with you guys. And I hope you all have an incredible day. Don't forget to suppress those negative feelings, those negative emotions, negative past experiences, and keep them down at the bottom. Okay? I love you all so much, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for being here. Till next time. Peace.